Hello, Commanders. In this video, we'll walk you through the gameplay overview, buildings, skills, and some tips for the Canyon Storm battlefield. We hope that by the end, you'll have a solid grasp of the battlefield mechanics and be ready to dominate the fight. The Canyon Storm battlefield has two factions. Rolebringers, an elite team from one alliance, and Dawnbreakers, a larger team from two alliances. Before battle, alliance leaders, R4 and R5, choose their preferred side. Once the fight starts, occupy buildings to earn points. When time's up, the higher score wins. Your side is always shown in blue, the enemy in red, for quick identification. Here is the Rolebringer's inherent buff, which can see the details by clicking the small icon next to the Rolebringer's faction. In details, it is providing cooldown-related buff and functiona-related buff. In addition to the inherent buff granted to the Rolebringers, a random buff will also be applied during the battlefield, providing additional effects. Remember to plan your strategy accordingly. This random buff will be revealed once matchmaking is confirmed. Here is the battlefield map. As you can see, the battlefield is divided into 4 phases, each tied to the timed unlocking of key buildings. These phases structure the flow of the battle, and it's crucial to strategically allocate your faction members across the map to maximize control and adapt to each phase effectively. Tap the magnifying glass under the minimap for a full battlefield view, showing each building's owner, unlock time, and how many marches both sides have sent. When no buildings are visible on your screen, bubbles will appear showing the 3 closest buildings to your current camera center. These bubbles display each building's ownership status and distance. Tap a bubble to quickly jump to that building. Here are the random buffs provided by the Serum Factory. Remember, there's a 5-minute countdown for each buff, and it is granted to all commanders garrisoned in the Serum Factory. Now, let's talk about how to heal in the Canyon Storm battlefield. First, players are given a global healing skill that instantly heals all wounded troops. This skill can only be used once per battle. Second, if you run out of troops, you can head to the security zone or spawn area, where your troops will recover over time. Troops also gradually heal when you exit the battlefield. Lastly, there's also the Field Hospital skill, which provides area-based healing. We'll cover more about this in the next section. Regarding skill mechanics, here are a few reminders. After each skill, the system randomly assigns the next, sometimes the same, sometimes different. Skills must be activated manually, so coordinate them with your teleports. The battlefield has 3 phases, each side with powerful skills, but with limited energy and long cooldowns. Timing and strategy are key. There are 3 ways to charge your skill: through battle, assistance, and strategy. Actively participating on the battlefield gives you more opportunities to charge the skill, meaning you'll also have more chances to unleash it during the fight. When a skill is fully charged and glowing, tap its icon, then tap an empty tile to deploy it. The skills for the factions are as follows. Rolebringers are having Seismic Tower, Field Hospital, and Judgment Day, Judicator only, while Dawnbreakers are having Artillery Turret and Field Hospital. After using a skill, an effect frame appears. A glowing frame means it's active, and the countdown shows its remaining duration. When releasing a skill, you can target your current position, which allows for a strategic trick. First, use a normal relocation to adjust your position or occupy a key spot, then immediately activate the skill to surprise your opponent. Alternatively, you can use normal teleportation to reposition and ensure your skill lands in the ideal location, so it doesn't go to waste. Also, keep in mind that base durability is shared between your normal base and skill-activated base. So, make sure to check your base's durability before activating a skill to avoid losing it prematurely. When you activate the Field Hospital skill, your base transforms and teleports, healing 150 wounded troops and restoring 300 durability to nearby allied bases every 3 seconds. For maximum effect, choose a location with as many allied bases nearby as possible, especially if teammates have low durability, have been hit by enemy skills, or have no remaining troops. Proper placement ensures you get the most value out of the skill. The artillery turret automatically targets the nearest enemy base within range every 2 seconds. It provides long-range sniping, allowing you to disrupt enemies from a relatively safe position. So choose your position carefully. Make sure it's safe and that only the intended target is within range. Since the turret always targets the nearest base, strategic placement is key to using it effectively. During the Judgment Day skill's duration, choose a location that covers as many enemy bases as possible to maximize its effect. The skill can blast enemy commanders away and prevent them from teleporting for an extended period. Here's a tip. Hold off on teleporting until after the skill is activated. This allows you to take full advantage of the extra damage from each successful teleport. Final tips before we end this video. Rolebringers, remember to secure the power tower and use Judgment Day in proper timing. And Dawnbreakers, remember to use healing skills to fully recover and coordinate with each other for better battlefield endurance. Doing the battlefield check your base's durability before using a skill. Your durability will not instantly recover when you use any skill. So if your base icon turns red, your durability is low and you're at risk. That brings us to the end of the Canyon Storm Battlefield video. Thanks for watching. More exciting events are just around the corner, so stay tuned. Feel free to share your experiences in the comments or in the Canyon Battlefield channel. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, Commanders.